What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. That's right. It's Friday, which means we're talking about the awesome and portable Evercade. That's right. I don't want to twist it for fear of taking the HDMI cable out of this thing, but it is indeed the Evercade. And we started with Atari Collection 1. We're going straight through all now 18 cartridges now that Indie Heroes and Worms is available. And we're going to be talking about the next cart, going through all the games in the cart, stopping along the way to play quick snippets of what I would like to call Rich's Picks, and giving you some wrap-up information, letting you know how I feel about the cart, whether or not I think it's going to move up or down in the rankings as we fast approach the end of the year. Well, I mean, it's in August, but hey, that's only 4 months away from doing that. And actually, now that I just said it's only 4 months away, that's even scarier. That's pretty crazy, right? So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about, ba-boom, Namco Collection 1 on the Evercade. It's cart 2. Yeah. All right, cool. So, there is 11 games on this cartridge. So, a little bit less than Atari Collection 1. We had 20 games on there. So, why don't we just hop on over and start looking at some games, playing some, having a little stories. I think there's going to be a lot of picks in this because it's a pretty sweet collection. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, we're in the box. And right away, we got Battle Cars. And you know what? I'm going to slap it with a Rich's Pick right away. Why? Because it's just one of those games that is just awesome to play. It's fun. It's it's not as great as like your F-Zero or Mario Kart or any of that, but it's got attitude. It's kind of cool. You've got this whole like fresh thing going on. You got Mode 7 going on everywhere. It's neat. It's a neat game. You're just going around, rocking around. You got all these cars. There's like all punk rockish. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, we're bouncing around on the walls. Soundtrack's cool. Whoops. Hitting too much. 30 seconds. I think this is like the qualifying lap thing. But yeah, I mean, this game's pretty cool. I like it. I dig it. And right away, having a pick right away on the cart is also pretty cool. The first cart that you see is pretty good. All right. So cross country results. Target time is a minute. We took 54 seconds. Bonus seconds 5. We got some points. We defeated a car, and that's pretty good. So anyway, you can use your credits to go ahead and like boost your stuff. You can like boost your turbo, boost your engine, boost your tires, boost the dampener, shocks. You can buy missiles and grenades and like all sorts of cool stuff. So that's pretty neat. But let's go ahead and move on to Dig Dug. Dig Dug. I mean, come on, it's a seminal classic, right? I mean, why wouldn't this be a pick, right? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those games that you can just turn on and start playing and having fun. It's good. It's really cool. I used to play this in the arcade a bunch when I was little, because I never had like an NES or anything like that. So I wasn't able to play this game, regularly. Oh yeah, is this one where he's gonna try to escape? So we gotta get him. You don't get to run away. I gotcha. All right. Anyway, it's Dig Dug. It's awesome, and it is a pick of mine. Galaxian. Now I know people are gonna be like, it's so awesome. It's seminal. Do it, Rich. Do it, Rich's pick. It's getting a half pick for me. It is a good game. I do like Galaxian. I prefer Galaga. Sorry guys, I just do. It's maybe it's because Galaga was the load screen for Tekken back in the day when I finally got my PlayStation and started playing that. But it's just I just like I like Galaga a little more. Galaxian is cool though. It is neat. I like it. It does get a half a pick. I don't just don't just push it to the side. It does get a half pick. But we're moving on. Rabble also gets a half pick. And the only reason why it doesn't get a full pick and why we're not playing it, I mean, it is a really, really cool game, but as I've played a little bit more, I just have a funny feeling that possibly this game might not have been, this place, the Evercade, is a great place to showcase the game. Like, hey, this is a cool thing, but maybe on VS, you can get like twin stick shooter actions. Maybe they'll put out an accessory that's an actual twin stick controller, so you can actually do twin stick shooters. That would be awesome. Because for whatever reason, doing the thing on the doing the D-pad, which is awesome, and then you're D-padding the buttons is less awesome. But excuse me, there's nothing they can do. I mean, it's not like you're gonna design 2 D-pads for one game on your handheld console, right? But it is a cool game. That's why it does get a half pick. I'm just saying, maybe on the VS, get that twin stick thing going on. It's good times. Good times. All right, cool. What else we got? Mappy. I mean, we're just going in. Mappy's a pick. Mappy's a pick. Why? It's so quirky and fun. As I just die right away. It is just, it's super. Wait, what am I doing? Just like, there we go. There we go. Oh, all right. I should be paying attention to this one and not just talking about it. But it gets a pick because it's a quirky little platformer game that you can just go around and do all sorts of fun stuff with. It just kind of like came out of nowhere for me. I think I might have heard about Mappy, but I never really played it. It's just a cool game. It's a neat game, and it's one of those games that is like, hey, just check it out. It's on the cart, just play it. Mappy Kids also gets a pick. I mean, we're picking things left and right here. And the reason why is because who would expect that the spiritual successor or whatever to the Mappy arcade game is you get this cool little platformer out of one of the characters, and you're just running around, and there's bright colors everywhere, and it's just a fun little like thing where you're just grabbing all the treasure ever, and going for it. I mean, it's really cool. So anyway, Mappy Kids, definitely up there. All right, so we're gonna go over here. So we got Metal Marines. Now, a lot of people are down on Metal Marines. Now, although I won't give it a full pick because I really want to. I really want to. I will say this is maybe even a 3/4 pick. It's almost there. But there are just certain things about this game that I really wish they could just refine a little bit more. I mean, not Blaze or anything that they've done to put the game on. I'm talking about the original coders for Metal Marines back in 1993 for this game on the at the SNES. I mean, if they could have just made it, I don't know, maybe just a little bit more accessible, a little easier, something like that, it would have been an awesome game. I love strategy games. I like the kind of RTS action that's going on. It's just a little bit too confusing, but it was there. It was hitting the button. It was like, ooh, you love a good strategy game, Rich. Like, it's right there, but I don't know, I can't get it. I just can't. I can't give it the full pick. So 3/4. I'll just make one up. 3/4 pick. Why not? All right. We got PacMan. I mean, again, people might expect me to give it a pick, but there's so many Pac-Mans. There's Pac-Man everywhere. It's Pac-Man. I bet you I probably could find Pac-Man on my watch. I probably could. I don't know. Somebody probably made a Pac-Man thing that I could play on my watch. The thing's everywhere. And again, yes, seminal game. But unlike Space Invaders, which I would give a full pick to, I'm only gonna give Pac-Man a half pick because I mean, there's only so many times that I could play it. It's pretty cool. If it was a 2600 version of Pac-Man, though, I'd probably give that a full pick. Yeah, people are smacking their screens. Like, what are you doing? Stop it. Like, I'm serious, though. I love the 2600 version of Pac-Man because he's the only one I had. So, but, you know, Pac-Man, half pick. It's all right. It's good. Quad Challenge. This one was a little bit of a doozy. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Maybe that's all I need to say. I don't know. I don't know about Quad Challenge. Moving on. Star Luster. Now, Star Luster is awesome. I really, really like it. And in fact, I'm just going to give it a pick right now. Because it's just, we're going to go into the training mode in here. It's just like, you know, destroy all enemies, defend the universe. Why not? Yes, there is, there is a, you know, immense amount of similarity to other games. Solaris on the 2600, Star Raiders, like, you know, any of these games. I mean, you've got all sorts of cool stuff, but this game just like feels really good. You know, it feels really good to play. It's kind of really easy to navigate. You know, right away you can kind of like understand, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. I need to go into here, I need to dip out. You know, I've got my radar, you know, just watch the screen, watch for the enemies to start flying through my field of view. Here it is. And then you just, you know, do what you need to do. Get in there and do all that. Oh, I'm getting whacked. There we go. You know, getting these enemies off the map, and then it's time to, like, you know, do your thing, and once you clear all your enemies, you can go on to the next mission, and you know, and defend the galaxy, as it were. But it is such a really cool game, and I really enjoy playing it. And this is one of those ones that is also, you know, it's not brutal, right? As far as the difficulty goes, you know, you can just pick it up and play. You know, just explore and find out what's going on with it. Oh, there we go. Boom. Yep. All right, cool. So we did that one, and we can go to the next one. But we're going to the next pick, which is Xevious. Automatic pick. And if I had to rank them, I mean, it's really hard to rank. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Xevious might actually be, because of, again, the nostalgia factor. Xevious might be my favorite game on this card. Because I grew up with this game. You know, this was on 7800. I had a 7800. I had this game. I played it all the time. Love this game. Love it. And, you know, yeah, I mean, is it the best shooter in the world? I mean, no. I mean, there's, you know, Capcom shooters. You got, you know, 1942. You've got all those other great games. But you know what? You know, there's something about just a simple 2-button, you know, unlimited ammo type game that, you know, I don't know, it just speaks to me. I really enjoy playing this one. It's just a great game. And, you know, I'm really happy that it wound up on the collection. So, you know, it is a good time. So Xevious, you know, gets the triumphant win, I think, of the card. I think it is my pick of the card. As we wrap that up. So, you know, all in all, it's a bunch of good times on that card and a lot of cool picks. You know, now that I've had a lot more time to play these games, I think I've, you know, learned more to appreciate every single one of the games that's in the cart. So let's go ahead and go to the wrap up and talk about this just a little bit more. All right, cool. So here we are, and you know, there it was, Namco Collection 1 on the Evercade. You know, we played it for, again, you know, longer than 5 minutes. I know this is fun for 5, and we don't necessarily give each game 5 minutes, but we were just kind of like giving the cart 5-ish minutes. We're going through and doing our picks. But so what do you think? Did I find the fun? Yeah, there it is. The fun was definitely found in here. It's another great curated collection. You know, what else? What else can I say, folks? I mean, it just, you know, they really kind of did a bang up job on Atari Collection 1. There was like, awesome games in here, and this again is a really nice mix. You got shooters, you got maze games, you've got you know, quirky platformers, you know, starting to get into the mix. You got a space shooter, you've got a strategy game, you've got a cart battler, you got another cart game that was maybe a miss. You know, you got all sorts of, you know, and then it's like weirdly, really kind of wacky puzzler thing in Rabble. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely good stuff. If I were to get into the rankings, now I didn't check before this episode. I want to say that Namco is somewhere sitting in the middle to low middle, or maybe even middle to high middle. I mean, I was really hot on some of these games. I really love Xevious. But in the comparison to the others, I don't know if it was in the top 5 or not when we did our rankings. But would it be now? Would it be in the top 5 of 18? I can't promise you that, folks. I cannot promise you that. Where I was almost certain that Atari Collection 1 would not even leave my top 3 against 18 other carts, I know if this was indeed 5, 6, or 4, would it leave those spots 5, 6, or 4 now that it's 18? I can't promise you they would stay up there. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it, because there's some really awesome carts, you know, 11 through 18, and then we'll get to 11 through 20. There's some really awesome carts that I don't know might give the elbow to the Namco Museum Collection 1 just a little bit, but doesn't mean it's good. You know, it doesn't mean it's a bad card at all. In fact, this is one of the ones that is like the most coveted amongst collectors for the Evercade. And if you do not have it in your collection, I would say, just as a recommendation, you should probably have this one in the collection if you like arcade games. So this is as early of a arcade-ish collection, even though they're all their console port versions. This was the closest you could get to an arcade collection without it being the arcade collections that will release later on this year for the Evercade. So, I mean, it's a good one. I could definitely recommend getting the cart for anyone that feels like that. Now, if you want just like, you know, other quirky console games, or if you're an RPG fanatic or anything like that, I don't know, maybe. But that's why I think the Namco Museum Collection 1 was in that middle tier of the rankings. It was somewhere in there for me, because I do like having the mix. I thought it was a great curated collection. There's a lot of great games in there, but I don't know how often I want to slam that cart into the Evercade and start playing. Not nearly as much as one that has been in the Evercade, probably more than one or the other of the Atari collections. And we'll get to that later because, well, you know, it's cart up there as far as numbers. But anyway, what do you guys think? Hit me up in the comments below. Tell me what you think about, you know, Namco Museum Collection 1, the fact that I'm doing these cool, weird, fun for 5-ish kind of things with the Evercade. You know, the fact that Evercade now has a dedicated day here on the channel. Anything. Just talk to me. Let me know. Let me know how you guys feel. You know, it's not, I mean, I'm still going to do them. So, because I love the Evercade, I want to keep talking about it, and I want to make sure that it's fresh in the minds of people. I want to go through all those old carts and kind of just give a little shine on them. I know Indie Heroes is here. I know Worms is here. I mean, they're literally here. Like, I have them. They're here. But we're gonna be talking about them on the Evercast. We're gonna do all the capture. We're gonna be doing that stuff. Like, you know, so I don't necessarily want to talk about these right away, right now. You know, give me a little bit and let me marinate on them and get all that stuff done before we talk about them, so that we can get and shed some light on some of these older carts. So that way, if you're just hitting the channel and you don't know what the Evercade is, and you're like, oh wow, this is pretty cool, or where do I get this? Well, you know, hit up down below. I'll put some links in there to the Evercade main site. I think they're already there, so check them out. And if not, you want to get some more content and you want the newer stuff, well, why don't we check out some friends, because they're talking about that stuff all the time. We got OAB Pete, my brother from all the way across the land in the other coast of Canada, and my buddy Ed Retro KillDashNine. They talk about Evercade all the time on their channel. They do all sorts of cool stuff. They both got great coverage on things that are topical and new, which is pretty cool. So check them out. Also, Crow Continuum, he does reviews on almost every cartridge that comes out. He does a really awesome, great collection review videos, which are really, really neat, where he goes through each one of them and gives each game a ranking in one video, which is really neat too. So check him out. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You want some more Evercade? I mean, more? All right, cool. Well, boom, there you go. You get the Evercade fans group on Facebook. Check them out. Check all those other channels out. A lot of those guys also talk Evercade on their channels. They're like disparate stuff. Some do like lots of Dreamcast stuff or Sega stuff or whatever, but they always come back and talk a little bit about the Evercade too. Great stuff. Go check them out. They're awesome people. Give them likes, give them subs, give all the friends likes and subs. That, of course, brings us back to us here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions, where we also could use some thumbs and some of this. If you could, on the way out, hit it. It'd be great. It'd be great for us. We're trying to grow. We're trying to do awesome things. Do good things for great causes as well, of course, as is the mission of Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We're not just, here to talk about games and have fun, which we are, but we are also trying to shine the light on really awesome things that are coming very, very soon to a screen near you if you're here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. So be sure to check that out. All right, cool, guys. That's it. It's another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. We will catch you next time for some more good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys.
Team RTFC.baconicecream.com